impact of the players coming back from the Olympics if they're going to be a little sluggish because they didn't get the rest. And we also, every single team here has like players returning, players leaving. It's very messy. So just keep that in mind. In this particular game, we got Shakira Austin, who's the center for the Mystics, and we also got Brittany Sykes, who's probably the best scorer on the Mystics. Both of them returning today. They've only played in a handful of games. Sykes, I think, only played in 3 games this season. So that's a big variable. And then obviously Napheesa Collier, who was out prior to the All-Star game and then returned for the Olympics, is back for the Lynx. So those are 2 big variables to consider when we're looking at this game. We'll start with you, Tom. What do you like on this game? Anything?
This game is a little tough. This whole slate is very tough for me. I got a couple plays I like in the Liberty game. This one was tough. I guess the spots we can look at, scoring for guards against Washington is a decent spot. So maybe we could look at McBride there. Assists on either end, nothing really popping out. Rebounds against Minnesota, pretty decent. Guards and centers both have top 2 or 3 matchup in terms of rebounds. And then just a slightly decent matchup for 3-pointers for forwards against Washington. So maybe Napheesa for 1-3 as a leg. But I don't know. I could find a couple pieces here, like a Courtney Williams rebound. What did I have? I didn't have any I couldn't find a straight from this game. Just maybe a couple legs. Ariel Atkins, 2 assists looked nice to me as a leg. Courtney Williams, 4+ assists. That's always a nice one. I don't know. What were you on anything straight up from this game?
Straight up, we put one play out in the Discord. Can you see the screen? Props of the cash screen. Yeah. So we'll take a look at Courtney Williams. I think Courtney Williams under PRA is a nice play. Her PRA is 20.5. It was, I think, 21.5. Her minutes are kind of variable. If we scroll down on props at cash and we look at her minutes, right? Like start of the season, she was playing 30+ minutes. Then like towards the end, she was playing like closer to maybe 25 a game. She did get some extra minutes in these last couple games before the break, but remember Collier was out. So we go on props at cash and we look at her with Collier, right, which is a nice little filter, and she really doesn't get to 20.5 PRA. She gets close, 20. But I think especially in a game where I think these first couple of games are going to be sloppy. I don't think there's going to be a ton of scoring. This is the lowest total on the board, 156.5. So that's not a lot of scoring, let alone in this game. Natisha Heidemann also could eat into her minutes a bit. It seemed, that was the way it was going before Collier came out. So I like her under, even though we don't love unders. I think today's a great day to play some unders. So I'm going to go under 20.5 for Courtney Williams.
I like it. That seems to be the play. I was, obviously primarily just look at overs. So the fact that I couldn't find any good over spots, that would lead me to say, that was a good play from this game.
Yeah, if you look, she's got a 38% hit rate on the season when Collier plays. But, we have her projected for about 27 minutes tonight. But if we just set that to 28 minutes, that's looking even better, right? Only a 15% hit rate getting there. So you never know with Courtney Williams. She did have a really good game against Washington. She put up 30 PRA. So that's why I think this is elevated. But again, Collier didn't play in that game, I believe. Let's see, with Collier. Yeah, that disappears. So I think this is a good value spot. So let's go with our first play is an under.
All right.
Second play in this one is a builder. And you were kind of alluding to some of the pieces. I don't think you've even seen this post in the Discord. I don't even know if I put this one out in the Discord yet.
I don't see anything here.
No. All right.
I'll put it in right now.
So
talk slow for me.
So the components that I have for this builder are some of the ones that you just mentioned. So I do like Ariel Atkins for 2 assists. I think that's amazing that's being offered. I do like Courtney Williams for 4 assists.
Yep.
She's got a 90% hit rate when Collier plays. I like Alana
Alana
Smith.
Smith, 4
Alana
rebounds.
Smith. No, I liked her for 2
Ah.
assists, which is another one that you've played in the past. She's got an 80% hit rate when Collier plays. So that basically gets you up to minus 140, those 3. So then the question is like, what's the 4th one? And I think that's why I didn't post it yet, because I'm still struggling to get that 4th leg.
Like the Nafisa 1-3. I know that's not up your alley.
Nafisa 1-3 could be a good spot. I was looking at Dolson 4 rebounds, but I'm a little afraid to play Dolson tonight with Shakira Austin coming back. So you could play Lynx money line, but again, I actually could see Washington win this game. I just think this is going to be a very weird night. So yeah, so any of those I think are good legs. 3 legs that I like, and then maybe you find a leg from another game to add into that, right?
Why is it gonna be? Why is it gonna be a weird night?
I just think there's it's a big layover, right? You got a 30-day break since anybody's played a WNBA game, and then you got a lot of players coming back, right? So I think there's just not a lot of familiarity with the lineups and such. So I could see
that's fair.
I could see the Mystics winning this game. I mean, they're minus 8.5 underdogs, but I could see them even winning this game. I could see the Sky winning the game that we're going to talk about. I could see even the Sparks winning the game. So I think it could be a night of the underdogs, or at least they give the favorites a problem. So, all right,
I love it.
All right.
So who was the 2 assist person again?
So we had Ariel Atkins from the Mystics for 2 assists. We had Courtney Williams for 4 assists, and then we have Alana Smith for 2 assists. So those 3 get you to minus 140, and then Tim's going to do his magic and probably get us a 4th leg that gets us the plus money. All right.
I have some beautiful stuff we can cross sport it. There also is a 30% profit boost on FanDuel. Are they offering those on FanDuel?
Yeah, you're right. So that's another way to do it, is take that minus 140, get it. I don't know, where's that, like minus 115 or something like that if you use the boost. So, all right, so that's good. The only other statement on this game is
everything just locked up on this game.
They just locked it as soon as I tried to put it in.
The whole game's just locked up.
They're
right now.
fucking watching, dude. Get out of here.
They didn't like that.
Get out of here.
Liberty as well.
The player I like the most in this game is Brittany Sykes, actually, because if you remember, Brittany Sykes was like the third option on the team last year, right?
You love Brittany Sykes.
I do.
Yeah.
I always state she's like the most athletic player in the WNBA. Yeah. She's incredible. And that's also, I forgot to mention, I also like Courtney Williams under, because Brittany Sykes is going to be playing defense against the opposing guards. I don't know if she'll be matched up against Williams, but I think that makes her job harder as well. But listen to what Sykes did she really played only 2 games this season. Opening game against the Liberty, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. She almost had a triple-double. Next game she played against Connecticut, she got hurt after 6 minutes. And Atlanta, then she came back a couple months later, played against Atlanta. She had 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. So if they do release lines on Sykes and they come up at like 14 points or 15 points, I would jump on that, because I think she's good for a big night tonight.
All right. I don't see lines out on her though, right?
No, I don't think they're going to put anything out for this game. I think maybe we'll get some lines next game.
What's up, Jordy?
Jordy's back. I don't know why he's got a red X next to his name though.
He's missing the hair. I don't know.
No, man, no, keep that on. It looks a little plastered. All right, so that's game 1. Tim will give us something. We also, just one other note I had on this game. Collier under could also be a good look today. 20.5 points.
Taking it easy, coming back from the Olympics.
I think, I don't know. I'm going to try to dig into her minutes restriction, but she's coming off of like multiple weeks out, right? And she never played more. I think the max she played in the Olympics was 27 minutes. So her at 19.5 points, right? She's got a 50% hit rate on that this season. but she's averaging 33.4 minutes. If we take her minutes, I could see her restricted to 30 minutes tonight. If we take her minutes down to 30, forget this is the All-Star game, but she's only cleared that in 3 or 4 games. If we look back to the last 30 games, she's only got a 20% hit rate when she plays 30 minutes or less. So I think Collier also an under.
Boys on unders today.
Today's the day of unders, man. It's not a day to go
All
crazy
right.
on overs. So, all right, let's move to. Yeah,
they really did only lock assists in that game. Like I'm literally looking at what you sent, and every other thing in that Mystics game is available except for assists right now. So there's definitely a spy. We got to figure out who it is.
Dude, we posted a play for Friday's game on Monday. I think it was. We posted it. It was Caitlin Clark's assists. Literally posted it on X at -110. Within 5 minutes, it was -132 on FanDuel. So yes, they're watching.
They're watching.
They're watching.
But yeah, they're gonna put that in the Discord, right? You're gonna put that builder in there, and then
we'll put the builder. Actually,
cool.
you take them and put them in your channel once you get a fourth leg to it. Okay.
Okay, we can do that. Send them over to me so I can keep watching because I can't put it in yet. Because that spy is blocking me.
I'll text it to you.
But yeah, I have three options that we can finish that off and easily get that into plus money.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jawan thinks it's also going to be a weird night. Sabrina threes. All right, slow down, Jordy. We're not on that game yet. We'll get there soon. All right, let's go to the Mercury Sky. That's
I like it.
Early game.
It
is a good look.
Love the Sabrina play.
Sky are getting 2.5 points. Total in this one is 165.5. There's 2 big stories here. One is Marina Mabrey, who was really the offense for Chicago, other than Carter, is gone. Right? They traded her. They traded her right before the Olympic break. Right? So she's on the Connecticut Sun now, which is great for them. They just got kind of the offense that they needed. Super weird because she was in like the 3-point contest, I think it was, and the skills contest. I think she did both, wearing a Sun jersey, even though she never played a game for them. So that was kind of weird to watch. But that opens up a lot on the Sky. So I think we'll talk about the implications of that. The other story in this one is Kahleah Copper, who played, she was drafted, I think, by the Mystics, played 7 seasons after that for Chicago, and was traded in the offseason to the Mercury. She's returning back to Chicago for the first time. She's a beast. She won the gold medal for the U.S. So in that last game. So she's a beast. So those are the 2 storylines here. Tom, what do you like here?
Also, another tricky game, I think, to cap. I think with obviously, like you said, Mabrey gone. Jawan said Carter nursing maybe a little ankle injury here. Matchup wise, forwards against Phoenix is good. So, Angel Reese could be in a decent spot there. Assists, guards against Phoenix, and rebounds, also guards against Phoenix. Not a lot otherwise. And with everything in flux, I guess Kahleah Copper is probably the nice square play to get on here today. Line's high though at 23.5. But you got to figure the return, someone like her who's only interested in shooting, coming back home to Chicago. I think it's kind of, just seems very square. But what do you think?
Yeah, I don't see a way where she scores less than 20 points tonight. So, I could easily see her scoring 30 points. She's done that. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times this season. So out of all the players in the league, she's probably the one who's capable of scoring 30 points the most, which is kind of crazy because she doesn't really rely on the 3 ball very much. So I think her 1.5 threes was -140 in this game. I was almost enticed to take that, but she does score like 20 something points without even getting a 3 or only getting 1 3. So I like Copper with 20 points and instead of going for the full 24, and then pairing that with a couple options. You can pair it with Taurasi for 2 threes. That gets you to -134. You can pair it with Angel Reese for 10 points. I think
I like
that's
that.
a no-brainer, but that's minus 144, so that's not so great. You compare it with Kennedy Carter for 20 points. So both of them to get 20 points, which I think is kind of a no-brainer in this game, and that's plus 105. So out of all of them in terms of value, I think putting the two of them together for 20 points each is a nice one. We put a lotto out in the Discord that has Copper getting 30, Kennedy Carter getting 30, and Angel Reese getting 10 rebounds, and that got us up to plus 3,400. So I think that's also, we sprinkled a little on that, and we're going to give away some money if that one hits.
Very nice.
This is the Phoenix game still, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Phoenix still. Yep.
I mean, you got to shout out Diana Taurasi too. Like, I didn't realize that she had 6 straight gold medals when I was watching that match. Like, there are people watching that weren't alive when she was winning a gold medal. That's so fucking wild. I was just like so blown away by. They were like 6 straight because the team has won 8 straight, right? And she's still playing in a game tonight where she was playing 24 years ago in the Olympics.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And honestly, like, I mean, she's similar to LeBron. Like, she's not like a 40-year-old. First of all, she's older than LeBron. She's, I think, 42.
Yeah.
And LeBron's 39. But she's not like, one of these players who's just like hanging on to their career, like, with the big fat belly and like, just kind of out there to sell tickets. Like, she's a legit player still. I mean, she doesn't play a whole lot of defense, and most of her game is shooting threes, but she still puts up, 13, 14 points on most nights. But I don't think tonight's the night to play much on Taurasi. I think she's, out of anybody who's coming off of some hangover from the Olympics, it's probably her and Griner.
Yeah.
And I think they're just going to be feeding the ball to Copper all night and just trying to get her to like put up a 40 piece against her old team. So,
yeah,
so I think Copper.
I don't want to bet on her.
Yeah.
But
and I think
wild that what she's doing.
Yeah. I mean, she's so impressive. And Kennedy Carter, I think also, this is the first game that she's going to be playing without Mabry. So I think she could also just totally go off. She's one of those super athletic players that is just like can beat anybody in the open court. So I think she has a potential for a big game too. Only other player in this game that I had was just Angel Reese. It's scary to play a number like this, but her rebounds at 13.5 is wild. If we can get this for 12.5, I'd probably like it better. It looks like, yeah, you can actually. DraftKings has it for 12.5. I think I like that. A little scary but I mean, she put up 11 rebounds just in the All-Star game, right? Like, she's just a beast. And if there's one team that she can just grab a ton of boards against, I think it's going to be Phoenix, because Phoenix does most of their shooting from the perimeter. So they're just going to be jacking up threes all game. Or like mid-range jumpers and such. I just think she's just going to gobble up a ton of rebounds. So I'm going to go for it. I don't love playing a line this high, but this is almost like playing an under on points. So I think 12.5 rebounds for Angel Reese tonight is a good play.
All right. Yeah. That number just scared me, the 13.5. But if you can get it for 12.5.
Yeah. 12.5 seems good. Let's see what the chat says. Carter was flipping out because she didn't make a top 25 list or something like that. So expect her to be aggressive. Copper under assists, maybe. I don't know. Can you even get Copper assists? I didn't even see that line available. So. And Phoenix plays 3 games in 4 nights. Yes, that's another good point, Jordy. Terrible scheduling by the WNBA. Totally focused on making money. They have Phoenix, who has 3 players who played in the Olympics, playing against Chicago tonight and then Indiana tomorrow night. So it's all just about trying to get some fun games going early, but that's not great for the 42-year-old. All right, let's go to the Liberty Sparks last game of the night. Sparks are minus 11.5. Totals 164.5. These two teams played twice this season. And surprisingly, the Sparks put up a good fight. Liberty won the first game 93-80, and that was on June 20th, and then won the second game 98-88. Both those games were home, and that was on June 22nd. So both at the end of June. One thought is both teams have scored 80 points or more in both meetings. You could play both teams to score 80 plus points on FanDuel at plus 175.
Ooh.
So if you want to do that, the total is 164.5. So it kind of implies that the Liberty will score like 85 and the or 80, like high 80s, and the Sparks are going to score high 70s. But still, I think it's possible. So that's one approach you could take. Tom, you got any player props on this one?
Yes. Guards scoring against LA has been, I think it's been the best matchup like over the last 15 games or so. So we could look at Sabrina there. Assists, centers against LA, maybe Jonquel. Rebounds, guards against LA. Again, Sabrina you could look at. And then rebounding against New York is a spot to target for both guards and forwards. I like Sabrina here, over 20.5 points, straight line. She had 24 and 31 the two previous games. She cleared this line in 9 of her last 11 games before the Olympics, just excluding that last game before the Olympics. She only played 20 minutes. Take that game out, 9 of her last 11. And yeah, like I said, over the last 15 games, LA has allowed the most points to opposing guards. So what do you think? You on Sabrina in this? I even like if you did 20 points and put it with a couple threes as another way maybe to play it.
Yeah, this last game was the All-Star game too. So
okay,
yeah,
that's
doesn't
what I
even.
meant.
But yeah, no, I mean the other that was the play I wrote down. I mean, both she and Stewie did really well against LA.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of them that gets 20 plus tonight. But I feel like Sabrina is the way to go. She didn't really play a lot in the Olympics. She was playing like 10, 15 minutes a game. So I don't think she like got overly taxed by the Olympics. And someone like her who's just used to like firing away probably is just ready to get out there and just like score. So the other note on this game is Lainey Hamilton is out. She's out, I think, really till the end of August. And if you look, that was the other thing I saw. This is Sabrina without Lainey Hamilton this season.
Love it.
Again, this is the All-Star game, so ignore that one. But she is 7 for 7 this season, scoring 21 plus points without.
I love
Lainey.
it.
Makes sense, right? Just puts more shots.
Look at her threes. Click over to her threes without Lainey as well.
Yeah, so that's the other way. 2.5 threes, I think, is a home run, but it's minus 174. You could play her for 4 threes. Now you're talking about 12 points coming from 3-pointers. I don't know. I do like it, but I kind of feel like she's gonna score the points. So
FanDuel will let you bet her for 5 threes or 7 threes, but they won't. They're not taking action on 6 threes.
Yeah. That's where they draw the line.
Goes from plus 360 to plus 1800 from 5 to 7.
Yeah, and she had how many threes did she have against LA? Yeah, 6 and 4.
Threes.
Yeah.
So she's either gonna put up like 10 points tonight or she's gonna put up like 25. Like I think but I would lean more towards her having a big game. Here are some guards just to further your point, Tom. I wrote this down. Some guards that have had success in the last month before the break against LA. Jewel Lloyd, 30 points. Odyssey Sims, 23 points. Natasha Cloud, 21 points. Kalia Copper, 25 points. Kelsey Plum, 21 points. Diana Taurasi, 20 points. And then Sabrina with her 24 and 31. So I don't know, man. Guards are going to kill them. The Sparks are also without 3 of their players. I think the notable one is McDonald is out this game, and Talbot, I think her name is, the one who played for Australia and the Olympics, is also out. So I think that Sparks are thin. I think Sabrina's going to go off tonight. I like it.
Nice.
All right. What else?
The other one, we actually ended up on the exact same play for Stevens, 10 and 6. We both independently got there. So I love that play. Hasn't played. She's only been back for 4 games, right? But 10 points. She's cleared in 3 of 4 since returning. 6 rebounds, all 4 games since returning. Though that's not usually, if you look back to like last season, 6 rebounds can be a little high for her. But so far this season, it's been good.
Yeah, but she's like Brittany Sykes, right? Like she's playing on a team. She's pretty much been out this whole season, so you don't really have a real view of what her output is going to be like on a team where she's now number 1 or number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
This team had Neko Wumake last season, right? This team had Jordan, what's her name? Canada last season, right? So I think this team is like just there for her to like dominate. Hamby has been the one this season, and I think Stevens is going to eat away at Hamby's share a little bit. But 4 games this season, Stevens put up 10, 9, 16, and 24, and 6, 6, 8, and 15. So this is all about minutes. I think with the depleted lineup that they have coming out of the break, I think Stevens could get 34 minutes tonight, and she's cleared 10 points and 6 rebounds in 9 of 10 games in the last 2 seasons when she's played 32 plus minutes. So I like that. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, like I had mentioned center assists against LA is a nice spot. So you can get Jonquel Jones 4+ assists plus 120. She's cleared this in 11 of her last 13 games, averaging 4.5 assists per game. In the 2 games she played against LA, there you go, 8 and 5 in her 2 games against LA this season. Great matchup. What do you think about Jonquel?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect from her. I mean, she's one of those players who's like one of the few stars who didn't play in the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's definitely primed to come out and maybe have a big scoring game. But I do like that history. And
look at her without Laney too. Assists without Laney this season.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love her at 3 assists if that's available anywhere. Doesn't look like it is. Only FanDuel, I think, is offering her. But yeah, I think that's a great play. I think it feeds right into the Sabrina scoring a lot, Stewie scoring a lot narrative. The Sparks are strong from a front court standpoint, right? They got Hamby, now they got Stevens. Stevens is 6'6", right? She's not small, right? Yeah. So they got a pretty sizable front court. I think they also will have, I'm not sure, but I think they also will have Lee Giroux back, who was playing for Team China in the Olympics. She's also pretty big. So I think that's maybe a good look. Like she may not have the ability to score down low and maybe kicking out to Sabrina. She's got some weird passes. If you ever watch a Liberty game, like Jonquel gets the ball down low and she should just turn around and shoot, and she just like whips it like underhand out to the perimeter. So she does like to dish the ball. I could see her getting 4 assists tonight. I like that play. Very sneaky. I don't think anybody else is on that one.
No.
Sabrina is playing. Jordy said Sabrina is playing in front of Kobe's family tonight. She is tight with the Bryant family. So I like that. That's a sneaky little narrative there as well.
So you got Jonquel 4 assists, Sabrina 4 threes, plus 340.
Jeez.
How about that one?
That seems like a no-brainer. How great would it be if all 4 of her assists came on those Sabrina 4 threes?
That'd be great.
All right, good stuff. I didn't really have anything else. Like, I don't know. If I was going to play anything, I would maybe consider playing Hamby under as well. Hamby just came off of playing, got the bronze medal for the 3-on-3 in the Olympics. Did either of you guys watch any of the 3-on-3?
I tried to a little bit.
Yeah, I watched on
why?
accident, like
Why?
not the US, but a different one, and it was real tough. I think I saw like 3 air balls back to back to back, and I was like, and then I saw the breakdancing, and I was like, okay, this isn't the worst thing that I've seen.
Do you have a hot take on 3-on-3 basketball, Dave?
I like it. I love it.
Really?
No, I just like I didn't really understand the format until I watched the Olympics. But the 3-on-3, you basically end up like having to rebound the ball, and then you got 12 seconds to shoot it again. So you got to clear the ball and go. So it's very fast paced. So, but that could maybe have him be out of sorts, right? Adjusting back to normal basketball. But anyway, I think that's it. I actually got to run in a minute. But Tim, you want to shed some light on?
Yeah.
on-
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll do a quick soccer preview. My mouse was trying to die right in the middle of that. Let me hit you with so we have soccer's coming back. If you are a new follower, we're a big soccer Discord. But La Liga starts today. There's 2 matches. Premier League starts tomorrow. There's only 1 match, and then Bundesliga, which is one of the greatest leagues on earth, starts August 23rd. MLS is in the middle of a thing called Leagues Cup, which the greatest team in all of soccer, the Columbus Crew, are still in. We just beat the brakes off of Miami in a comeback in the second half. It was a 2-0 game, and then we came back and won 3-2. One of the most electric soccer games of all time. So Leagues Cup, we'll be having some of that. That happens Saturday. But today, Ryan and I from the Discord were looking through La Liga, just trying not to force anything, but to find some spots. Athletic, who plays, let me get the times right. We're in the Eastern time zone. I believe that game kicks off at 1. Damn it. Of course, as soon as I'm sitting here for 45 minutes, and then as soon as it's my turn, everything breaks. Sorry, guys. They kick off.
Yeah, 1 p.m. They're playing Getafe.
Yeah, dude.
Saying that right?
Yeah. So we are looking at Athletic in that match. They've scored a goal in 80% of their matches all time. We're going to take them to score 1 goal. That's a leg that you can use in anything. Great for the cross sport. And then in the Girona match with Betis, which is a 3:30 kick Eastern time. Huge both teams to score game, but I'm looking at the over 1.5 in that one. So if you take the 2 of those together, you're at about -200. You can use either of those in any of the other cross sports that we were talking about, or that you guys were talking about. We're going to put those with some WNBA, one or the other. I really like the 1.5 in that game. It's 75%, 11 out of 14 head to head. They love to score, but just taking the 2 total gives you a lot of room for error there. So look at the 2 of those. And then real quick before we go, we're going to go to Iceland, which in Ohio.
They play soccer in Iceland?
Oh, dude. So much soccer in Iceland. There's 4 leagues, I believe, like 4 professional leagues, 3 professional leagues that have 36 teams. It's about 400 people. We were doing the math this morning. It means about 1 out of every 1,000 Icelanders are a professional footballer. So I love those numbers. I think we need to get them up to where just everyone in the country is a footballer. And it's one of my favorite places on earth. I spent a lot of time there. It's very limited. Obviously, there's only 300,000 people that live in the whole country. So it's like a half of the city, or not even half of the city that I live in, is their whole country. So food is scarce, people are scarce, and there's a lot of football. However, today there is in what they call the I was telling my guys about it today. It's called the Besta Deelden. It's like their it translates to the best league. So they just keep it very simple. They're like, this is the best league. Velour in a team called Breidablik are playing. And the last 2 times they played in the last 12 months, 6 goals and 5 goals.
Wow.
We're taking them over 2.5. These teams love to score. It's a beautiful place. A lot of great soccer players for as few humans as there are. But that -2 over 2.5 is about -300 on 365, which says I can bet it, but I cannot find it on mine anywhere in Ohio, which is something we ran into last night too.
Yeah.
So a couple guys in the Discord were able to find it. That leg, the Athletic to score a single goal, -600-ish, and then the 1.5. We're not going to force anything tomorrow, although I really do like in the Manchester United Fulham match, I do like 1.5 goals there. I think you could use that as a leg for stuff, but I like this 2.5 even more. Like yesterday, we went down to the EPL, and some of these, I wouldn't call them lower tier, but lower population leagues, you see the goals go up. This league, the Besta Deelden, it's like 3.42 or 3.52 goals per game. We're going to be looking at them a lot this season. Them, the Norwegian league, and then obviously Bundesliga, which is where they just score goals. So I will put together a cross sport Oh yeah, record 6 put together a beauty with some tennis and some footy in the chat. So that one's a great one. You can get plus money out of some really nice legs. But I can't bet it, unfortunately. So I'm going to be looking to some of you guys to give me some of these lines. But this year we're going to, until we can hammer tight ends and and slot receivers. Yes, we will be absolutely nuking these soccer lines. We crushed yesterday. We crushed the day before. We're going to try to continue that today. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and footy's crushing. WNBA is about to crush, and our guy Jonesy Trends is also just absolutely dominating the baseball scene. So
Oh yeah,
a lot of good
baseball
stuff
run has
going
been
on.
insane.
No better time to join the Discord.
Exactly. Yeah, and we got a special going on right now too, right? I can't see you guys because my computer screen decided to stop, but we have a special for the sign-up bonus, right?
$10 right now for one more day. So we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
end that
There it
promo
is.
tomorrow. So use code just10. Head to WAP, sign up using code just10, and get your first month for $10. You can pay for that
Yeah.
like in 4 minutes with one of Tim's plays.
Yeah.
So,
Come on in, get this stuff, and then take some of the lines that you guys gave, some of these, and find your favorites, and you can get a 2 or 3 play builder cross sport. They don't have to be the same sport. That's something that we pushed really hard last year.
yeah.
You don't have to force another game. You know, if you're like, I don't really like this Atletico Madrid or this athletic game, just take the 1.5 in the Betis Verona and the 2.5 in Iceland, or, you know, take some WNBA. You can find some real bangers. I'm excited for today.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Nice to get back in the saddle here with you boys. And I got it was fun doing this, but I can just taste NFL. It's just like it's at our fingertips here. It's so close.
We're just warming up, man. We're just getting the rust off before the main event. So
all right, well, let's lock these in. Nice work today, boys. Let's.
Are we back tomorrow too? Are we doing it tomorrow too?
Yeah, I would love to jump on again tomorrow.
Okay, cool. I'll save the stuff for Saturday.
Yeah, WNBA slate tomorrow is fantastic. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some more EPL. So let's go.
All right, let's do it. Nice work, guys. Let's all make some money tonight.
Love it.